Well, dear learners, I welcome you all on the session on Hire Purchase Account Part 6. So, well, dear learners, you all might have aware about the transaction, about the accounting treatment in case of hire purchase accounts. So, today the transactions or the goods which are of lower value, we will discuss how the accounting treatment will be made for those products whose value is comparatively very lower, like fridge, TV, scooter, etc. are also sold on hire purchase basis. So, here the retailers often keep a separate records for these transactions and compute the profit on hire purchase business separately. It involves a peculiar method of accounting and profit ascertainment. So, today we will discuss how the accounting treatment will take place for the items which are not of substantial value, or we can say that which are of small value like fridge, TV, scooter, etc. So, when these items which are of small value are purchased on hire purchase basis, then how the accounting treatment will be made and how the transactions are to be recorded in the books of the buyer or in the books of the seller. Let us now discuss. Basic record for goods of small value sold on hire purchase. We are aware of the fact that with the advancement of technology and improvement in the standard of living of the people both in India and abroad, the demand for consumer durables like fridge, TV, automobiles, etc. has increased manifold over the years. To meet this demand explosion, the dealers have come up with innovative schemes which attract the prospective consumers to purchase such goods. One such scheme is the sale on hire purchase basis. So, let us now discuss how the items bearing small value will be recorded in the books of the buyer and in the books of the seller. In case of hire purchase transactions of numerous goods of small value, it becomes practically inconvenient for a particular dealer of these items to maintain separate accounts for each transaction. Hence, the accounting system is designed in such a way that the overall control can be exercised on all the transactions during a particular accounting period through control accounts. So, under this system, a mechanism has been developed, a mechanism has been designed in such a way that the buyer can have complete amount of control through the control accounts on all the items which have been sold during a particular period. So, let us now discuss how a complete control over these different items of goods are made under the hire purchase system. Then how the ascertainment of profit is made as far as selling of these items which are of very small value. So, the system where we can determine the amount of profit for the vendor. So, for ascertainment of profit or loss on goods of small value, sold on hire purchase, we have to prepare a hire purchase trading account. So it is just like a consignment account prepared for ascertainment of profit or loss on consignment of goods invoiced at selling price. For preparing hire purchase trading account, we require amount of goods sold on hire purchase, cash received, goods repossessed, hire purchase debtors in the beginning and in the end as well, and hire purchase stock again both in the beginning and at the end. So this is the format of hire purchase trading account. So in the debit side of hire purchase trading account, hire purchase stock opening balance, here opening balance of hire purchase debtors, here by cash received, by goods repossessed, or this is what we call installment unpaid, the installment which could not be paid. So this is by known as goods repossessed. Here two goods sold on hire purchase. So here goods sold on hire purchase at hire purchase price will be written. So here by hire purchase stock closing, so here debtors closing. So then two loss on goods repossessed. So here whatever amount of goods is repossessed by the hire vendor, or then the two loss on goods repossessed. This is the difference between market value or cost and unpaid installment. So this is the difference between the two in order to calculate the loss on goods repossessed. Then two stock reserve. So here you might have seen that the closing amount of hire purchase stock is given, which is here shown on hire purchase price. So in this closing stock, whatever amount of loading will be there, that will be written here, two stock reserve, that is loading on closing hire purchase stock, and two expenses on hire purchase business. So any amount of expenses which have been incurred will be written here. This is the balancing figure to net profit transferred to the profit and loss account. Here you can see that opening stock of hire purchase opening stock is given. So again it is on hire purchase price. So in this amount the loading amount is also included. So whatever amount is included in hire purchase stock of loading, so that will be written here by stock reserve, loading on opening hire purchase stock, opening hire purchase stock, by goods sold on hire purchase. So here the two goods sold on hire purchase. So again in this amount loading amount is included. So whatever loading amount is included here, the same amount will be written here by goods sold on hire purchase loading. So that way the amount of net profit or loss will be calculated. If the credit side total is more than the debit side total, then this will we will arrive at this to net profit, and if the total of this debit side is more than the credit side, then here we will write by net loss transfer to profit and loss account. Illustration. So we can understand it with the help of the illustration. Capital Electronics and company started business on 1st April 2018 for selling electronic goods on hire purchase basis. During the year end on 31st December 2018, following transactions were made. Krishna buy a TV costing rupees 3000 at rupees 4500. So Krishna buy a TV whose cost was 3000 but was bought against 4500. Payable 1500 as down payment, and the remaining balance in 12 monthly installment of 250. So 12 multiplied by 250, 3000, and 15,000 was the down payment. So that way the hire purchase price 4500. Vim buy a grinder costing rupees 1000 at rupees 1500. So Vim has bought grinder which was of rupees 1000, but he has bought it against 1500. It means higher purchase price is the 1500. So payable rupees 300 as down payment. So out of 1500, 300 has been made as down payment, and the remaining 1200 has been paid monthly, 12 monthly installments of rupees 100 each. Arjun buy refrigerator costing rupees 2400, but he has bought this against rupees 3000. It means 3000 is the higher purchase price, 2400 is the cash price. Payable 600 as down payment. So out of 3000, 600 is the down payment. So remaining 2400 will be paid in monthly installments of rupees 200 in 12 monthly installments. As on 31st December 2018, Krishna could not pay one installment out of 7 installment due. So out of 7 installment, he could not make one installment. It means he has made the payment of 6 installments of rupees 250 each. I think it was of 250 each. Yes, for Krishna it was of 250 each. It means he made the payment of 6 installments of rupees 250 each. So that way he paid 1500 rupees. Vim could not pay one installment out of the 5 installment due. So it means out of 5 he could not pay one installment. It means he paid 4 installments. 4 installment of how much amount? 4 installment of 100 each. It means he paid 400 rupees. And Arjun could not pay 2 installment out of 8 installments. So out of 8 he could not pay 2. It means he paid 6 installment. So 6 installments of 200 each. It means he paid 1200 rupees. Calculate the profit or loss on hire purchase transaction. So let us see how the system will be evolved as far as recording the business transactions under the hire purchase system is concerned for the items which are of small value. So hire purchase trading account. So here, 2 goods sold on hire purchase 9,000 rupees. So we can easily calculate the amount of goods sold on hire purchase 9,000. It is very simple that the TV has been sold against 4,500, grinder has been sold against 1,500. So 4,500 plus 1,500, 6,000, and the refrigerator has been sold against 3,000. So total sales is 9,000. So here 2 goods sold on hire purchase 9,000, total is 9,000. So by cash received 5,500. So it can easily be calculated here. Here it is mentioned that Krishna could not pay one installment out of 7 installment. It means he paid 6 installments of rupees 250 each. So 250 multiplied by 6, 1500 he made under installment, and how much he paid at the time of down payment, 1500 as down payment. So 1500 as down payment plus 1500 installment amount, because he paid 6 installment of 250 each. So 250 multiplied by 6, 1500, and this 1500 as down payment, total he paid 3000. Then next one is Vim could not pay one installment out of 5. So it means he paid 4 installment. So one installment is of rupees 400. So that way he paid 4,000 under the installment, and how much he paid as down payment? He paid down payment 300. So 400 plus 300, 700. So that way he paid 700. So Krishna paid 3,000, he paid 700, total is 3,700. Then come to the Arjun. Arjun could not pay 2 installment out of 8. It means he paid 6 installment of rupees 1200. So total 200 multiplied by 6 installment, it is 1200, and he paid 600 as down payment. So total 1200 plus 600 1800. So, total Arjun paid 1800 in the form of 600 as down payment and 1200, because out of 8 installment he could not pay 2 installment. It means he paid 6 installment and 1 installment is of rupees 200. So, that way he paid rupees 1200 as installment and 600 as down payment. So, total 1800. So, 3000 Krishna made the payment, 700 Vim made the payment and 1800 Arjun made the payment. So, 3000 plus 700 plus 1800, it becomes to 5500. So, here by cash receipt 5500. By goods repurchase, it is not given in the question. Then by hire purchase closing stock 2750 and by hire purchase debtors closing 750. So, this we can also easily calculate. So, let us see how we have calculated this. Yes, amount of installment due but could not paid. So, Krishna could not pay one installment of rupees 250. So, 250 multiplied by 1, 250. Vim also could not make one installment of rupees 100 each. So, he did not pay rupees 100. Arjun did not pay 2 installment of rupees 200 each. So, that way he did not pay 400. So, total amount which was not paid is 750. So, here we can go back 750 by hire purchase debtor 750. Now, this stock we will calculate how it is arrived. Amount of installment which are not due. So, Krishna, you see that the one installment is of 250. Krishna could not pay one installment out of 7 installment due. It means he could pay 6 installment. Vim out of 5 could not pay 1 and Arjun out of 8 could not pay 2. So, let us see how things will take place. Yes. So, from Krishna one installment is of 250 and for Vim one installment is 100 and for Arjun it is 200. So, here you see that here it is very simple that total 12 monthly installments. So, of rupees. So, out of 12 you see what is written for Krishna. Krishna could not pay one installment out of 7 installment due. So, 7 installment due. So, how many installments are not due? 5 installment, because there were 12 installment. Total there were 12 installment of rupees 250. So, out of 12, 7 installments are due. So, it means 5 installments are not due. So, one installment is of 250. So, 250 multiplied by 5. Likewise, out of 12 installment, the 5 installments were due. So, it means 7 installments were not due. So, 100 multiplied by 7, 700. So, for Arjun you see 12, there were 12 installments. So, for 12 installment Arjun could not pay 2 installment out of 8 installment due. It means 8 installment due, it means 4 installments were not due. So, 4 multiplied by 200. 4 multiplied by 200, 800. So, total unsold goods is 2750. So, this is how we have calculated by hire purchase stock 2750. So, 9000, 9000. So, here by stock reserves 810. So, this is the amount of loading on this hire purchase stock. Out of 2750, 810 is the amount of loading. And here to goods sold on hire purchase, out of 9000, 2000 600 is the amount of loading. This is not closing, this is loading, this is a typographical mistake. So, this is 2600 is the amount of loading which is included in 9000 goods sold on a hire purchase. So, let us see how this 2600 has been calculated and how this 810 is calculated, and this is the balancing figure. Out of 2600, 810, if we will subtract, then we will arrive at 1790 is the net profit. So, see how 810 has been calculated, how 2600s have been calculated, very simple. Yes. So, loading on goods sold on hire purchase. So, here hire purchase price, yes, 4500 for Krishna, and for Vim it is 1500, and for Arjun it is 300. So, total is 9000. So, this is the hire purchase price, and this is the cash price, 3000 for Krishna, 1000 for Arjun, 1000 for Vim, 2400 for Arjun. So, this is total is 6400. So, if we will subtract this 6400 from this 9000, this is the 2600 which is the loading amount. So, here you see that this amount 4500, 1500 and 3000, these are the figures which is given in the question, that this is the hire purchase price paid by the this hire purchase price is paid by Krishna, this hire purchase price is paid by Vim, this hire purchase paid by the Arjun, and this is the cash price for Krishna, cash price for Vim, cash price for Arjun, which is given in the question, all these figures. So, this is the difference, 2600, 9000 minus 6400. Then on hire purchase stock, amount of the loading amount. So, for Krishna, so yes, 1500 has been included as loading in 4500. So, very simple, for 1250 it will be 417, because here you see that 1250 is the, here for Krishna buy TV costing rupees 3000 at rupees 4500, payable 1500. So, it means this 1500 is included in this. So, this 1500 is representing the loading of 1500 rupees as down payment, and the balance in 12 monthly installment of rupees 250. So, the amount which is unsold. So, now see for Krishna it is, yes, for Krishna could not pay one installment out of 7 due. So, it means 7 installments are due, it means 5s are not due. So, one installment is of rupees 250, so 5 installments will be 1250. So, this is the amount of unsold stock of 1250, because so far only 7 installments has become due, and out of 12, when 7 installments has become due, it means 5 installments are undue. So, 5 multiplied by 250, it is 1250. So, if we will calculate for 1250, so the amount will be 417. So, this 1500 is included for this out of 4500. So, for this 1250 it will be 4700, and for Vim, if 500 is included in 1500, so what will be included in 700? 234. If 600 is included in 3000, then what will be included in 800? In proportionate, it will be 160. So, total is 810, which is included as loading amount, which is included as loading amount, yes, which is included in loading amount. So, this is the net difference, this is the balancing figures. Now, we can treatment of goods repurchase. So, we know when the hire purchase customer commits default in payment of installment, vendor may repossess the goods, which we have already discussed. The amount of installment unpaid. So, this is also known as amount of installment unpaid, goods repossessed, also termed as installments due. So, in respect of such goods are shown in the credit side of the first part of the hire purchase trading account. If the market value of such goods is given or they have been sold out immediately on the repossession, the difference between unpaid amount and market value or sale value if sold out is treated as loss or profits on goods repossessed. If it is loss, same is debited in the second part of the hire purchase trading account, and if it is profit, it is rare, the same can be shown on its credit side. The difficulty arises when the market value or sales value of repossessed goods is not available. In such a situation, the candidates, the learners are advised to have to adjust the loading involved in the unpaid installment in respect of such goods, because it is true, its true value is equal to its proportionate cost. Thus, having credited the first part of hire purchase trading account with the amount of unpaid installment, the learners must debit the amount of loading included in the unpaid installment. So, let us see with the help of the example. This is the example which is given, that EG Payments Limited sell goods on hire purchase basis at a profit of 50% on cost. So, it means 50 divided by 150. The following particulars are given for the year ending this, prepare hire purchase trading account. So, hire purchase stock opening is given, installment due opening given, goods sold on hire purchase at hire purchase price is given, cash received from customer is given, goods repossessed value at installment due 6,000 and the market value is 3,000, hire purchase stock at the end 60,000, installment due at the end 16,000, expenses 19,000. So, before calculating the hire purchase trading account, we must try to understand these things, that we must calculate the loading amount. So, let us see how the loading amount will be calculated. So, here opening stock, hire purchase stock opening, it is 18,000, it is given 18,000, it is given. Then to hire purchase debtor opening is given 10,000, it is given 10,000. Then to goods sold on hire purchase, it is given 1,74,000, 1,74,000. Then by cash received, it is given 1,20,000, it is given 1,20,000. By goods repossessed, it is given 6,000, goods repossessed 6,000, market value is 3,000, that 3,000 will be treated as loss, 6,000. Then by hire purchase debtors closing given 16,000, 16,000 closing is given, and this installment due 19,000, this 60,000 hire purchase stock at the end is also given, 60,000 this is given. So, 2,02,000, 2,02,000. Now, we will make the adjustment for loading. So, to hire purchase stock opening 18,000. So, 18,000. So, how much the loading will be included, because it is based on 50% on cost price. So, very simple, it means this 18,000 is representing the 150%. Then what will it represent 50%? So, 18,000 multiplied by 50 divided by 150. So, it comes to 6,000, 6,000. So, the loading of this will come this side, the loading of this will come this side, very simple, 6,000. So, here two goods sold on hire purchase 1,74,000. So, again loading amount will be calculated by multiplying by 50 dividing by 150. So, 50 multiplying by 50 divided by 150. So, this will come 58,000. So, total is 64,000. To loss on goods purchased 3,000, as we have already seen that the market value is 3,000, whereas the amount of goods repossessed is 6,000. So, the difference between these two is the loss, this 3,000 loss. To stock reserve, so here the stock, yes, 60,000. So, loading of this multiply by 50 divided by 150. So, it is 20,000. To expenses 19,000, it is given in the question, expenses 90,000 given in the question. Then to profit and loss account 22,000 is the the balancing figure. Out of 64,000, if you subtract this one and this one, 42,000, you will arrive at net profit 22,000. So, this is how the hire purchase trading account is maintained. So, now this is all about the this session on hire purchase trading account. So, I am sure that with the help of this illustration, with the help of this example, the students now are well aware how the loading amount is calculated. So, if it is given on the cost price, then the formula is the amount which is given in the question multiplied by rate divided by 100 plus rate. And for in case if it is given on hire purchase, instead of cost, if it is given that the profit is earned on higher purchase price, then very simple, the amount is the amount multiplied by rate divided by 100 minus rate. So, in case of cost price, rate upon 100 plus rate, and in case of higher purchase price, rate minus rate divided by 100 minus rate. It is very simple. So, this was all about the hire purchase trading account. So, I am sure that with the help of this exercise, now students are very clear about the calculation of the loading amount which is included in stock and on goods sold. So, this was all about this session. I extend my sincere thanks for bearing with me. Thank you very much.